Today I'm going to be reviewing the most overrated perk in zombies. PhD Flopper.
Nighttime scene. The streets are mean. The things I've seen.
What is going on, guys? It is Toxty here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a new series to my channel. This series is Change My Mind Call of Duty Zombies Edition. Now this is where I display an opinion of mine, whether it is unpopular or in fact popular, and we go over the opinion, we overview it, we view the pros and cons, weigh them out, and then we finally go to a conclusion whether I still in fact believe and agree with my opinion, or in fact my head is turned through all the information that I've put on this video. Now if you do enjoy this video especially, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, and without further ado guys, let's get straight into the video. So as I've already said, I am going to be featuring on this video PhD Flopper for the first episode. So I'm going to be overviewing it, then weighing out the pros and cons, and finally leading on to my opinion as to why it's overrated and the most overrated perk within zombies. So PhD Flopper is a Coca-Cola featured in zombies. It was introduced along with Stamina Up in the map Ascension and returns in Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, Moon, Cell Block and Origins. PhD also makes an appearance in part of the persistent upgrade on Buried, as well as the unobtainable Easter egg on the maps Die Rise, Mob of the Dead and Blood of the Dead. PhD Flopper has also been replaced by Widow's Wine in the remastered version of Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon and Origins, due to the absence of diving to prone in Black Ops 3. The Coca-Cola costs 2,000 points and features a dark blue and purple colour scheme, though primarily purple. Its icon displays a radiation tree fall emitting shockwaves. PhD Flopper completely negates self-inflicted damage. However, the player will still groan and suffer temporary movement reduction when falling down from an elevated area. Another feature of this perk is that when players dive to prone from a height from which they would normally take damage, a 7.5 meter radius explosion is created upon landing. The explosion is very powerful, with a maximum of 5,000 damage at the centre of the blast, and can kill zombies with one hit up to approximately round 20. Now between rounds 20 to 30, PhD Flopper will begin to make crawlers, and rounds beyond 30, zombies will retain their legs even in the centre of the blast. The perk is made from prunes and some types of chemicals. However, as this is an explosion weapon, it should be noted that the player only receives 50 points per kill, and when opposed to the 60 points that are acquired by using a bullet firing weapon, so using a gun would be advised if the player is going to buy something, such as other Coca-Colas. This perk does not seem to work when diving right on top of multiple zombies. It should be noted when flopping that landing on a prone player while diving to prone will cause both players to be downed instantly, so one should avoid other teammates while diving. Moving on to the location of PhD Flopper. We first saw this perk come into Black Ops 1, in my opinion the best zombies experience game that has been released in the Call of Duty franchise. So as we all know, the beloved map Ascension, this map was created in. You could obtain this perk in the room by Lunar Lander, closest to the MP5K, with the grenades available to purchase off the nearby wall. It can also be obtained from a random perk bottle by finishing a Space Monkey round without having any machines attacked. It also features in Call of the Dead, in the abandoned second floor of the multi-story building that branches off of the lighthouse. It can also be obtained from a random perk bottle by killing George Romero. In Shangri-La, it will spawn randomly in the mines. Changes spawn with Stamina Up, Double Tap and Deadshot Daiquiri. It can also be obtained from a random perk bottle by killing a zombie monkey as it cycles the power after it steals one. The last DLC map pack of Call of Duty Black Ops, we feature Moon. Now this spawns on the far right side of the biodome near the mystery box spawn. It can also be obtained from a random perk bottle by either jumping multiple times on the bouncing pads or spawning one with a QED. Moving on to Call of Duty Black Ops 2, where we didn't really see much of this perk. So first of all, we have to include Die Rise, and I know, I'm about as annoyed as you are. This features in an unobtainable Easter egg in the first elevator shaft from the spawn room. Moving swiftly on to Mob of the Dead, it is found on a small boat along with Mule Creek near the dock area as an unobtainable Easter egg. Now you'll be pleased to hear Cell Block. It was found in the corner of the library in the same location as the Olympia, next to the spawn room in Mob of the Dead. One of the most underrated or underappreciated maps, which is Buried. This is available as one of the persistent upgrades by taking a sufficient amount of fall damage repeatedly. Note that this does not protect the player from overcooked grenades or fall damage. This is not physically available, nor is it obtained from a random perk bottle, which is achieved by killing all the ghosts after traversing through the mansion. In Origins, you can obtain this via the Wonder Fizz machine, but it's not physically available within the map. We are gonna skip Black Ops 3 because apparently it's not even on the game. This is probably due to the widespread of how you cannot dolphin dive, which is a notorious Call of Duty Treyarch feature. So in Black Ops 4, it was featured in Blood of the Dead, in the same place found in Mob of the Dead. We're now going to be looking at the appearance of this perk. The PhD flopper machine is very thin, similar to that of Widow's Wine, and is covered in blood. It has a yellow paint job which later changes to purple on the front of the machine. There are 4 levers from up to down, coloured red, green, white and purple. Under them, a bottle dispenser with a coffee cup, it can be seen. Under that, the words PhD Flopper can also be seen. On top of the machine, the PhD Flopper shield can be seen with several rods with yellow sapphires sticking out of it. Now guys, we're going to be moving on to the pros and cons of this perk and why it gets the praise it does from so many players. From all this information, I've gathered the pros and cons. Now going from the pros, now the elephant in the room, let's get it out of the way. It disables splash damage, so it is good for any weapon that has explosives, whether that is the ray gun, the China Lake. Who uses the fucking China Lake? Any weapon that has splash damage, and as well dolphin diving. Dolphin diving is notoriously known in Treyarch zombies. As well, you can get points via this perk by dolphin diving and killing zombies with the explosive damage. I could see why this weapon can come into the category of overpowered, however it fits really well within the maps that it does, and especially in Black Ops 1 it features in great maps and is used amongst many. I personally love the perk, however sometimes it doesn't always work. Going on to the cons and why this is going to be leading on to my opinion of why it is the most overrated perk within zombies. The only factor of why this can be a bad perk is because it doesn't feature on every map, and for that it doesn't even feature on every zombies game, and for me this is why it's overrated. The perk itself, by saying overrated, doesn't mean it's bad. I still think it's a great perk, and to be fair, it needs to be up there in the top 5 or the top 10 definitely perks ever. However, because of the lack of appearances it gets in the zombie maps, people overrate it. As it lacks in appearances in other zombies map, people get hyped when they see this perk, and I'm not saying you shouldn't get hyped. I definitely think you should get hyped for this perk, and it is a great perk in itself. However, because it lacks in appearances, it's overrated. A good example of this is the PPSH. Now, we all saw how the PPSH ripped zombies to shreds in World at War, and Treyarch good on them brought it back in Gold Crovey, which everyone loved, and including myself. PPSH! But then not many people really spoke about the gun after that, and this is what would happen if PhD came in every map. Now, Juggernog is a great perk, in my opinion the best perk in zombies. Now, if PhD featured on every zombies map like Juggernog did, it would be regarded as a great perk, just an essential perk you need, especially if you have Mustang and Sally's, ray gun, etc. But the fact of the matter is, it's not, and it's in only some zombies maps. So people, I guess, overrate it and think it is better than it might actually be. Now, I'm not saying this is bad, it's a good perk, but because it lacks in the appearances, as I've already said, if it was like Juggernog and appeared in a lot of zombie maps more than it did, it would just be seen as one standard essential perk that you need, a good one. Coming to the conclusion, I still feel, after great discussion with friends as well, that this perk is indeed the overrated perk and the most overrated perk within Call of Duty Zombies. Now, if you guys feel that, you know, I'm absolutely shitting on this perk and you need me to be put to bed, leave a comment down below to change my mind, or follow me on Twitter at ZatoxT. With that said, this is the end of the video, guys. Now, did you enjoy this video? Do you like how this series is progressing with this episode? If so, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here and turn notifications on. Anyways, any challenges or any new series or anything that I have made in the past that you want me to continue with on the future, then be sure to leave a comment down below suggesting that. I've been ZatoxT, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.